Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his ever-trusty sidekick.
Hello.
And today we're looking at early civilian ships of the Babylon 5 universe used by Earth Force. This is before the sort of civilian ships with the sort of triangular blocks attached to each side, the cubular things. These predate that. These are the type of transports that we used at the time of the Dilgar War, and were still around in the Minbari War, and they're still around today because they still work. Many are still used by the Rim Alliance, or were used at the time by the Rim Alliance, and all these are armed merchants. So they're weaponed merchant ships, they're not just unarmed. Most merchant ships do carry some sort of weapon on them, just for defence, but these are purpose armed merchants for use by Earth Force as auxiliary combat vessels.
Yep.
In wartime, that's what happens. You get civilian ships and you stick loads of guns in it and call it a warship. I actually like these guys, but we'll get into that later. What should we cover first?
The main one. Go to the main one.
We'll go for the space station.
No, that's the normal version.
Yeah, it is, but I think we'll do the satellites.
You want to do the satellites first?
Right, well, first of all you got the satellite. So just run very quickly through the satellite. This satellite is still in use today. It is the
Aegis
orbital platform. It carries an Aegis God Cannon, God, and it has missile racks.
And that's it.
There you go, that was all you need to know.
Just a defence platform.
It's not important. Now this guy is almost a tiny version of Babylon 4, and by tiny I mean 1/10 scale. It's just the standard type of satellite space station used by the military. They were very small. They were big enough to travel through a jump gate, so you could simply tow them to a world you needed to take them to via a jump gate. Hence the size. It was designed to fit right through the prongs of a jump gate. So hence it's not big. So what has it got?
Got 2 heavy laser barriers.
Wow.
12 520mm pulse cannons.
Oh, okay.
Secondary weapons, it's got 400mm 10 pulse cannon.
Right.
Normal defences, and the biggest thing for it really, 4 flights of Starfarers.
Yes, because all space stations need some sort of protection. Carries the same amount of Star Furies as Babylon 5, believe it or not. Babylon 5 only has docking base for 5 Star Furies.
And +1 subsystem safety roll with all ships within 20 centimetres.
So that's useful.
And gives you a tactical card.
Yeah, so game wise you get yourself a tactical card. How much does it cost?
3,200.
Well, that's really expensive. Wow. Okay. I assume it's got a lot of hull.
Hence why campaign exists. At 36, and it doesn't have 8 subsystems, so it can actually fix itself.
Right. So it's got a lot of engineers on board.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's not got medium armour.
Yeah. So that's quite expensive for you. It's the Star Furies, isn't it? That cost you. Yeah. Okay. So that's rubbish. So let's move on to the merchant ships. These are all of the same class of ship. They're the... What class are they?
The auxiliary class. The auxiliary cruiser.
The Somme auxiliary class cruiser. Right, so this is the Somme design. And we'll pick this one because it's funky. And we'll have a look at this one. So this is the Somme class auxiliary cruiser. Is it auxiliary cruiser?
Yep.
Yeah. It's... Well, run through its rules first.
You sure?
Yeah, go on.
Right, ready for the weapon.
How many guns has it got?
It has 8 on the front,
Yeah.
32 on the sides,
Wow.
and 8 at the back.
That's excellent. What type of guns are they?
Railgun.
Oh,
So get 15 centimetres and might be able to do something.
50 centimetres range, so you have to get right nose to nose with an enemy warship to fight.
It has particle beams, no autocannons to defend itself.
No.
It has 1 flight of Starfarers
Wow.
and 1 set of breaching pods.
Right.
It does get the Dead Space special rule where it ignores the first and second hits from each salvo attack.
Yeah. I'll go into the Dead Space special build when we do the Nautilus class ships, which is because that's easier to explain.
Yeah, and it has a big hull, 36 hull each. but light armour, so anything's going to penetrate it.
Light armour, okay, it's useless.
Yeah,
Right.
but it can take hits.
It can. I have actually found these to be very useful. These do take a lot of damage. The Star Fury is very...
Fantastic distraction.
Yep, the Star Fury is very useful. It has to get very close to do any damage. I've had to go nose to nose and try and broadside Minbari ships.
The weapons never do anything, but it's always the breaching pods.
Yes, yeah. So I am not overly impressed with the ship as a warship, but it is cheap. It has a fighter deck, which is amazing because fighter decks are expensive, and so it gives you fighter cover, and it gives you a large amounts of heavy guns, although they only do one shot per gun. But those guns do come in, because if you get two of these side by side to a Minbari cruiser, chances are you can do some damage to it.
Yeah.
You can actually inflict damage, and it carries a breaching pod. Now the breaching pods are probably not crewed by Marines. They're crewed by merchant planetary defence troops, or people who work for the company, people who just want to stay alive really. And so the breaching pods do come in very useful against Minbari ships, because Minbari ships do not have much to deal with breaching pods. They've never really had to deal with it until they met the humans. And the stinky humans have this annoying thing of cutting through your hull, running around your ship, shooting people, and blowing up things that look important and glow in blue light. So, yeah, the breaching pod's probably the best thing about it, and the Star Fury. Weapons are a bit meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are cheap, hence we've got 3 of them. I thought we had 4, but we've got 3 of them, and they're useful. But we do like using them.
Next is the Angels class hospital ship.
Ah, well, yes. This is the Angel. Here she is.
It has 2 railguns.
Wow.
It has its own flight of Star Furies.
Yes.
And it gets 100% of all escape pods for that game.
Yep.
There's no
Now,
actual range, so it is just 100% escape pods. There's no range, you just get it all.
what?
It would make sense. And we were ended up saying, well, you know, it is kind of near it.
Yeah, I get what you mean, yeah. Right, so it says don't shoot, no shoot on the side. It also says no shoot in interlac as well. So if you're an alien, you can also read it. This is a hospital ship, and as you said, the good thing is if you have breaching pods that are escaping,
escape pods.
because in the campaign, if you fight in the campaign, you can get to the escape pods. That's one of the special rules.
Right, before you blow to pieces. If it's
So-
your turn.
Yes, so if it's your turn and you think your ship's going to blow, get to your escape pods, you get half the points of the ship back. Because half the points of the crew anyway, the experience of the crew, so you are saving the crew. This ship will pick the crew up and leave in its own time. Theoretically, you're not supposed to target the ship. It is also not supposed to be armed. However, during the Dilgar War, the Dilgar didn't care about medical craft, right? So it has guns on it. It only has anti-fighter guns really, but it is armed, because the Dilgar did attack civilian...
Just to defend itself.
It's just to defend itself. The Star Furies are primarily to tow damaged vehicles and stuff, or using their grapples, or
Defense screen.
as a defense screen to stop attacks against it. So it's okay. It's a very useful ship to have. In campaign, getting the full points back of your ship
It's super cheap.
is...
It's like 300.
Yeah, and it means for 300 points you can have a 5,000 point battleship, and when the battleship blows up you can save all the points. But then again, that does mean evacuating in your turn, which sometimes can be a hard decision to make.
Yeah.
Like, can you do enough with it that turn to be worth saving it?
Oh, having a hospital ship is probably one of the most important things to have in a game, regardless
Yes.
of what it gives, because hospital ship, having only 50% of your ship back, it can end the entire campaign.
Yeah. So, anything else to add about that?
No?
No. It is a useful thing having a hospital ship.
Mm.
Yeah, I do like it. I just plug that in. Right, now. Next.
The Verdun class auxiliary fleet defense cruiser.
Oh, should we leave that to last?
And too special.
Yeah.
All
Right.
then.
We'll
I
leave
can't
this
say
one.
this. I don't know this.
What is it? The Passchendaele.
The Passchendaele class auxiliary missile cruiser.
Yes, you may notice all the ships of this class are named after World War One battlefields. Probably because it's horrific and scary, and you're using civilian ships to fight. So, yeah.
Its primary weapon.
Its primary weapon is...
8 railguns at the front.
That's not bad.
That's it.
Oh.
Secondary weapons.
Right.
A 400mm pulse cannon.
That's
4 of them.
4. No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
216 missile pods.
Wow. Please say they reload.
No.
No, so you just fire them and forget, right?
108 atomic missile pods.
That is a lot.
6 torpedoes.
Right.
And a Star Fury.
So it has a Star Fury squadron,
Mhm.
which is always good. And it's really just a missile frigate. A missile cruiser.
It is volatile, so careful.
Right, so if it gets hit, you get 2 critical cards instead of 1. It can blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to end well, is it? I have used these a few times.
No, I don't think.
I have. One time you blew one up before I got a chance to fire it, because of the volatile thing. Another time I did get quite a few missiles off onto you, but my other missiles were out of range, and then you blew it up.
Missile ships are really, really, like, delicate.
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing about missile ships is you don't need line of sight to fire.
It's firing into the air like a heat signature, I take it.
Yeah, you can fire from behind your own ships. All of the weapons aren't missiles, so they don't do that, but yeah, it's okay. So, how much is it?
715.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It is. But I've probably got to get a good hull as well.
And the sheer amount of missiles you're firing.
We got a lot of missiles.
Yeah. Okay, so is that one done? So now we're on to the...
Verdun class.
Verdun.
Fleet defense cruiser.
Which is actually pretty cool.
It only has railguns on the sides.
Yes.
It has secondary weapons is 400mm pulse cannons all around.
That's pretty good.
Its interceptors are lots and lots. So we've got, for particle beam banks on the front, 30, 60 on each side and 30 on the back.
Right.
And for 120mm autocannon, 22 on the front, 24 on the sides and 10 at the back.
That is a huge amount of firepower.
And it comes with 5 sets of Star Furies.
That's go
and
to.
8 breaching pods.
So this ship has the standard small fighter bay. It also has this ring section, right, which is actually, I think that's in gravity. I think it rotates. Which has Star Fury bays, twin Star Fury bays on both sides. Plus it has this large tower, which is basically a flak tower, to provide massive amounts of anti-aircraft fire. The best thing about this is it's designed to cover other ships.
Everyone within 20 centimetres will have air defence from that ship.
Yes, so this is to protect a convoy or indeed a fleet, and it is to provide air defence for that fleet.
Against Minbari it's fantastic because Minbari don't get that many weapons.
Yes. Yeah, it's really there. Has it got autocannon to stop lasers?
Yeah, just loads, yeah. 22 at the front, 24 on the sides, it's got lots.
That's actually pretty good. That's,
Yeah, and it's really cheap. So it's 780.
Right, so you're probably best off with this rather than the missile frigate.
You get that and 5 sets of fighters, you're rolling in it.
Yeah, you are. But no missiles.
Yeah, but then again, missiles aren't that good.
Missiles are good because you can soak up defence. You overwhelm the enemy's defence against missiles, but yeah. So overall, this is probably the best ship out of the class, if you're going to add all the ships into the class. But I prefer this one because it's cheaper than that one.
What about 100?
Well, I didn't realise it was that cheaper. Less cheaper. I thought it was.
Has no weapons.
Yeah.
It can't defend itself.
In that case, this is the best ship of the class. It's pretty cool. It's great for fleet defence.
It can defend itself and throw fighter wings at you, but it doesn't have weapons.
No. But it's really an air defence ship, and it's really a sort of auxiliary version of this, which is the Testament class air defence frigate.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, air defence cruiser. This is built for anti-aircraft to protect fleets from Membari. The primary reason for the massive amounts of air defence is many ships of this era do not have a lot of air defence against fighters and incoming laser weapons, but a lot of ships do. A lot of ships later on do. So this is really during the Dilgar War. The Dilgar used massive flights of aircraft to attack, fighters to attack. The Thuron fighters would just fill the sky, and these air defence ships became very, very useful, especially as the Thurons were often used as kamikazes. So you need to stop them hitting you.
So that's it.
That's it for this.
The human fleet, pretty much.
Hmm?
The human civilian fleet, really.
Yeah, it's really a civilian fleet, but you know they could be crewed by Earth Force personnel or Outer Rim traders, which were kind of not part of Earth Force at the time. They were kind of considered freelancers, a bit like rogue traders. But they did eventually become part of Earth Force simply due to the Dilgar War. It just made sense because if you're part of Earth Force, they give you warships. And the traders at the time were doing alright without warships because they were only meeting aliens that weren't planning on invading them. That's it.
That's it. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of the Oliver Auxiliary Cruiser class.
Yes. The SOM Auxiliary Cruiser class. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Invader Vespasian.
I just like it.
Goodbye.
See ya.